iSupport newsfeed features. Use iSupport's news feeds to participate in discussions and view history updates for work items via the newsfeed component on the desktop and via the feed component and Navigator links on mySupport portals. News feeds are completely configurable, so you can use them for all areas of your company. For example, you can have a company-wide discussion feed for staff and feeds for departments such as human resources and facilities. When creating a discussion post, you can use formatting and include images. You can follow a post, prevent replies, enable an email notification to be sent when someone replies, and pin to retain the post at the top of the feed. You can also create a poll type post with radio button response options. Results will appear in a graph after a user selects a response. These posts will display only to authenticated users, and a user can only vote once on a poll. Depending on how a feed is configured, work item entries can contain updates for incidents, problems, changes, and purchases. Support representatives with permission can add work history to an item via the Update Customer Work History link. When creating a feed, you can list it under your own name or under the name of one of your groups. You can set options to only include discussion posts, manage posts, enable shares and likes and dislikes, and more. Notifications can be enabled for follows and new posts. In the Access section, you can enable representatives and customers to view entries in the feed via the Shared checkbox. You can also restrict availability to selected support representative groups and individual support representatives in addition to yourself. For feeds that are not discussion only, you can use the work item specific sections to filter display of work item updates and use the history types checkboxes to restrict entries to appear only if an action creates a work history entry of a certain type. You can further control feed actions via the Discussion Feed Administrator setting in the Support Representative profile screen. If enabled, the support representative can create and change configuration options for a shared feed, create a knowledge entry from a discussion post, and delete or remove discussion posts and replies. Support representatives without this access cannot create discussion-only feeds. They can only create private feeds with a combination of discussion posts and work items. You can include several types of feeds via components or Navigator links on mySupport portals. A global news feed contains posts from all shared access discussion feeds or those that do not restrict customer access, as well as history updates from one or more work item feeds. You can include all discussion posts from multiple feeds in a global discussion news feed. A list of all discussion-only news feeds can be displayed from a configured discussion newsfeed list Navigator link. You can also display all entries from one discussion newsfeed. For work item feeds accessed via a navigation link, buttons can be included for creating a work item, displaying a self-help guide, and creating a discussion post. You can also configure what appears for each type of work item feed entry. On both the desktop and the mySupport portal, feeds include an icon in the header for subscribing to a digest email of discussion activity that can be sent daily or weekly. The email will list the number of new posts and replies for the day or week, as well as a link to the discussion feed. The Send Email After New Post option enables a customizable email to be sent every time a new post is added to the feed. The Edit This Post option or icon will appear for 15 minutes after a post is entered if a reply has not been posted. If enabled for a feed, the Remove option will hide a post from other participants viewing the feed, but the post will be available in discussion feed views. Default text will appear in place of the entry. This text can be changed for the mySupport portal via the resource editor. The delete option will appear if enabled for a feed and you have discussion feed administrator access in your profile. A customer can remove a post that they created if there is no reply. This will delete the post entirely. An administrator can remove or delete a post via the discussion post management screen in configuration. The Follow This Post option enables an email notification to be sent when someone replies to the post. Notification content is selected in the Newsfeed configuration dialog and set up in configuration. You can set a default for the Follow option via the Preferences screen, which is accessed via the desktop menu. The Share This Post option enables you to share a discussion post via email. The correspondence screen will appear for configuring the email, and you can include fields for inserting information related to the post. When a customer shares a discussion post on the mySupport portal, the customer's mail client will appear with the content of the post and a link to the post. To add a feed component on a mySupport portal, simply drag the feed component to a dashboard in the mySupport portal's configuration screen, and then use the cog icon to include the fields to display. For the Navigator, use the Add menu to add links, separators, and submenus. Related settings will appear. Use the Type field to specify the functionality to access via the link. That's it for an overview of iSupport's newsfeed features. If you have questions, be sure to consult the online help. Our support team is available for a more in-depth walkthrough. Contact them by email at support@isupport.com and by phone at 360-397-1099, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. PST Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. PST Saturdays and Sundays for critical system failures such as installation errors, inability to log in, and inability to create work items. You can also go to mysupport.isupport.com, iSupport Software's technical support website, to chat with support representatives, submit and view incidents, search the knowledge base, view facts, submit ideas, and participate in the user discussion forum.